Welcome back again. This is part 7 of the series dedicated for beginners to find undervalued stocks. Let's get into it. So I've done all the hard work. I have now invested my money in certain stocks. I've made a portfolio of 10 to 15 stocks and I was able to invest money into these 10 to 15 stocks. I have a portfolio now. What do I do now? You had an initial thesis. You felt something will change in 10 years. You felt the middle class will grow, air conditioners will grow, and you were able to invest in it, for example. Just an example. Now remember this thesis very clearly. Don't forget that. Write it down because you will see a lot of news items. They are sometimes called noise. Don't get swayed with these information that has no relevance to your thesis. Unless the effect is on the business, you don't need to care. If there is a threat to the underlying business, or if your thesis has changed and the business has changed, something changed terribly that will affect the business, then reevaluate your entire model. See if you have the margin of safety to hold it. Otherwise, exit it. That's the only time you will exit if the underlying business changes. Most probably, it does not change so easily for good companies with good management. You don't need to worry about it too often if you had made the right choice at the initial front. So if you had a thesis of something that will grow in numbers because of demand, and suppose if it goes obsolete, or if you feel it's going to go obsolete in the next few years, and if you're convinced about it, because a lot of noise can make you believe that something will go out of business or might become obsolete, but it may not happen. So you need to be very cautious here. Remove and filter out the noise and see objectively if the threat is real. If the threat is real, take action. Reevaluate and if needed, exit. Otherwise, you keep holding the stock for as long as possible. Unless you need some money, you don't sell those stocks. If you need money, of course you will have to sell. If the business changes, you will have to sell. Otherwise, you keep holding the stocks. Because if you sell, you need to work on identifying another opportunity which would get you better business returns than this company. If a company can perform better at their business than your original company that you invested in, then if the valuation is also better than the company that you hold, you should be able to decide whether to switch over to the new company partially or completely. That is also a reason why you might want to exit if you find a really good opportunity. That can happen. That brings us to end of this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and make sure you look at all the parts in this video series. And again, let me remind you, this is for beginners. If you are an intermediate investor or an expert investor, there are other video series for you. Make sure you look at those videos as well. Bye-bye.